Hi guys, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning May 22nd, 2017. For this week, I'm going to be using the Magdalene Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno because that is a very popular deck. Everyone seems to like it, so why the heck not? Let's do it. And also, of course, pulling a crystal card from the Healing Crystal Oracle deck by Rochelle Sharman. If you'd like a personal reading with me, let's talk about that for just a second. Just go to my website, Angel Souls, say it with me now, 444.com. The services page. Oh my god, I would crack up if you guys like sent me videos of you totally like doing my whole intro, because I do it the same way every week. But like that would be hilarious. If I have your permission, I will, your written permission, I may even like do a compilation of those and post those, you know, online. But anyway, if you want a reading, yes, the wait time is 20 days. I do have a thing on there that says please don't reach out before the 20 days. Mainly, not that you're a bad person if you're getting impatient and you want to know where your reading is, but you know, it does kind of interrupt the flow. I have to stop what I'm doing and go and look up, you know, and see where it is, what happened, and then if it's not even due yet, you know, it's kind of a waste of time sometimes. But here's the thing with that. I know what some of you must be thinking. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, almost 3 weeks to get a reading. Number one, that's kind of what I'm up against. I try to get them to people faster than that, but it's sometimes not always feasible. Like, I was doing okay last week, and then this week I have a big filming schedule. So, you know, things like that occur. But I wanted to share this with you, and I found this interesting. I've heard from a lot of clients that they had a bit of a problem with that 3-week wait time at first, and then when they realized that the reading came right when they were ready to hear it, it changed everything for them. And that's kind of interesting too, isn't it? And I never really thought of that. Like, there are times like when you want, like when you're making that decision to get a reading, that you're wanting to open your energy, you're wanting to hear what you need to work on right now, especially with the angelic readings that I do. Okay, we do like a lot of, it's like a session. It's not even a reading that much, you know what I'm saying? But like when they wanted it, you know, they were maybe in a frazzled state when they made the decision to get a reading, and that sort of 3-week cool down period you know, made it different for them. So when they finally got the reading, they could really take the message in, or circumstances had changed, and so now they're really ready to get moving in a different direction. So that wait time, in a weird way, kind of works for some people. So maybe it'll work that way for you as well. If you want to support me on Patreon, that's always a lovely thing, and I appreciate that so much. You can just go to my Patreon page, and I leave all that information down below. And of course, please check out the Archangel Michael video that I have up on Gumroad. There's a meditation in there as well to help you connect with Archangel Michael and to help you understand who he is, what he does, all that good stuff, including your overviews and other courses, like ones on how to perceive your angels, how to read oracle cards. I got fuzzies flying everywhere. Sorry, it was like right in front of my face. All that good stuff is over at Gumroad. Now, let's get into it here. Let's see what we have going on. I'm just going to clear out the deck here for May 22nd. I don't know about you guys. I feel like, oh gosh, like a big weight has been taken off my shoulders. Been a lot of self-realizations, some choices, and like feeling really good about it, and just feeling lighter and freer. And I'm actually very optimistic for the rest of the month. So I hope you're feeling that way too. But let's see what we have all together here. Oh, there's a card. Oh, there's 2 cards coming out. Confusion and miracles. You gotta love it. But that immediately feels like, you know, something that you're like, what the heck happened, or why, what? It's actually a good thing, and it's actually a miracle. Something is breaking open a necessary energy for you. All right. So let's see what else we have. Nope, that one wants to come out. Wait, both? Just this one, okay. The Judgment. Some of you, here's the thing, we're going to have a kind of a split week, I think. I think some people are going to be like, okay, I'm feeling really great. Like, I got the power, you know, kind of thing going on. Like, because we have the co-creative card here. And some of you are going to be feeling judged. Some of you are still going to wonder, like, what is happening? Where am I supposed to be going? What is the right thing for me? And that's okay. that in and of itself is a miracle. The fact that you're even sparking that kind of thought process, okay? For some of you, I mean, this is like some like straight up miracles, like, you know, not like small little miracles, but like, holy, what, you know, like, okay, that's amazing. Fantastic, right? There could be something like that. But for others of you, you know, maybe the miracle is finally stopping a pattern. Maybe the miracle is, you know, living in a way that is more authentic to who you are. Maybe it's, you know, some clearing too. You know what I mean? And finding a new way forward. And I think this is a week where you might have enough balance, right? And know-how, spiritual know-how, to be accepting of these gifts that are coming to you, be they, whether they are, you know, something physical or something that's more spiritual, okay? Some self-realization. Now, you might be sitting here in confusion going, Michelle, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, if that should occur, you know, listen to it again later on. Sometimes it's not the moment for you to hear the message. Now, the confusion is actually, it feels like a pleasant one, if I can put it that way. It's sort of, again, that feeling that we've been talking about for a while, where it's like, I don't have all the answers, and that's okay. I don't know what the heck happened, and that's okay. Like, I'm just going to let it go. But, you know, it's a pleasant confusion. It's like, I don't have all the answers right now, but the answers will come. And this is where a lot of faith comes in. Now, some of the confusion here too this week for some of you might be that maybe the miracle is that you start getting pulled into a direction that you didn't see coming, or you always thought that would be kind of cool, but you never really thought you would go down that path. And now you might be confused on what kind of decision to make. Should I go ahead and do that, or should I hang back and do what I've always known? So on and so forth. All right. The judgment. Now, people who have done wrong, who are being unscrupulous, this doesn't come through very often, but it's come through now. People who have acted in a less than dignified way, you know, there will be some payback for that. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you're necessarily getting punished, but, you know, you might, karmically speaking, you might experience it yourself, so that you know what it feels like, what, you know, whatever you've been putting out, now it's coming back to you. That's part of this. The judgment is also sort of a call back home, if that makes sense. Not in like a literal sense, but like in a way of like, you're coming out of the human experience a little bit, and you're you know, kind of connecting back with God. And you might feel like you're being judged a little bit, or the judgment too, I think, is more about awareness, right? So when you're connecting back into God, you know, all the other stuff kind of falls away, and this awareness comes forward, this clarity. And that's where, again, you might go, oh, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or okay, maybe, all right, maybe that's not the right path for me anymore. I'm going to go try this different thing that has been sparking my interest, whatever the case may be. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck just happened outside the door, but all of a sudden there was noise. Anyway, we were saying like the judgment is more about stripping away, you know, all the sort of human drama stories, right? And connecting back in and getting clarity on where you've been, how you've treated others, how you've allowed others to treat you. But again, I keep getting this feeling with this card. It's like a calling back home, a calling back home. Now, if you have somebody who is ill, and you're scared, like, what does that mean? I hear you say that. Does that mean they're going to pass over? Not necessarily. Okay, not necessarily. This feels like a very individual, very private kind of moment. It's like a heart to heart with God, whether that's, why are these things happening in my life? You may be having some judgment about your own story. You know, I want to know the why. How could you let this happen to me? You know, for those of you who might be dealing with something a little more serious, you know, why am I being afflicted with this? You know, so it's like there are layers here. So there's this feeling of stripping away, connecting back in, and getting clarity. There are people who are going to be paying off some karma, and you know, this look that you're taking at your own life and assessing. All right, but definitely all the way around, if you choose it, you're coming back into the light. You're coming back into potential serenity again, but it's something that you would need to choose. Now, what the heck does all this do this week? Well, this opens up co-creation. We are breaking open, guys. So if things were not working and you let it go, good for you. Good for you. Now you have a chance to create something new. And it could be, you know, there are a lot of butterflies in this card. So there could be a lot of like opening up and just becoming authentically you, finding your power again, not being under the control of anybody else, right? Not feeding into something that's not giving back, and really following your heart and following the light of your heart. And part of that, we were just talking about that judgment, and maybe part of the miracle this week is that it's this self-realization, it's this self-understanding coming through. Okay, and now you know what to do with it. It could have been something that was sort of behind the scenes, that was a program running that, why is that happening? You know, why am I drawing in, you know, these kinds of people? Like, why is that? Well, there's a program running. I deserve it. You know, I don't have the power. I have to lean on other people, you know, or whatever the case may be. And you're letting all that go. Or I deserve the judgment, or I'm a bad person, you know, whatever kind of weird. Let's cancel, clear, delete on that, like Doreen Virtue would. Cancel, clear, delete, right? Actually, one of her decks, the card actually says that. But you're opening up to your full potential. And this is one of those beautiful things that's a beautiful conversation to have with God, Source, Creator. And that is to say, you know, please help me to be the most authentic with my self-expression, and to express in this world in a way that it serves the highest good, kind of thing, and brings you joy to your heart. There's freedom in this week, guys. There's freedom. All right, so let's get on to the crystal deck here. Put that there. And let's see what else we have going on. Knock on a little bit. For some of you, this is financial freedom as well. It's like this weird, you know, it could be a windfall. I mean, it's just like spiritually feeling open and free, unburdened. Finances might really start coming together. Love, yeah, I mean, fine. This is, that's not how I meant that. I'm sorry. Yeah, whatever, fine. No, but this could be, if you're single, let's say, you could meet somebody, and maybe you kind of feel like, okay, maybe, but I don't know if this is the week where you're like, I love you. You know, it might not, it feels a little more mellow than that. So maybe you're meeting somebody, but you're just not expressing just yet. It could be something brand new. If you're already with somebody, you know, again, this is just a deep bonding, deep understanding of one another, and not feeling the need to put pressure on yourselves or on the relationship for most of you. Other people who have relationship problems, maybe the miracle will be, again, that clarity and that understanding that comes through. Okay, so we have Stibnite, conflict. So some of you this week might be trying to cause this conflict, and, you know, or you're not letting go of a conflict, or it feels unresolved, or you feel stabbed, right? Because this is kind of what this is. But it's not, if you look at, I don't know if this is going to work. If you look at this card, this crystal is actually really beautiful. It actually radiates. So it's going to depend on your perspective, right? If the ego programs are running, and you just think that you're wronged, not that you're wrong, but that you have been wronged, and, you know, there might be some internal conflict with that, and you just want to fight somebody, right? And not taking accountability. Or this could be, oh boy, I thought I was going to be this. Now I have a chance to be that. Some of you, this is a pregnancy, you know. Okay, sorry about that. As soon as I started talking about, I was about to say what I was about to say, like about babies, there was this huge loud commotion outside, so it rattled me, and I'm sure it would have rattled you too. So we're just going to edit that out and start again with this card. So for some of you, this is, maybe you were taking precautions to not get pregnant, and then it happened anyway. You know, don't freak out. Don't freak out. That doesn't mean it's everybody, but it's going to change things. You might be a little conflicted by that. Like, I didn't think I wanted to be pregnant, but it happened, and I'm kind of happy about it. I'm kind of excited. You know what I'm saying? So it could be something along those lines as well. You could also be conflicted. Someone out there is realizing that they're in love with somebody else. Oh gosh, these stories are always a little sad, I think, but realizing they're in love with somebody else, but you're in a relationship and you don't know what to do. You know, both offer something beautiful for you or whatever. So that can cause some conflict as well. If I would caution anybody about causing conflict this week, because there's an energy here where what you're up against would be, I don't know, again, someone's program getting shut off. So they're not going to, the old way's not going to work anymore. Your old techniques are not going to work anymore. So if you're going to go in there and you're going to start a conflict, maybe at work, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to finally tell that person off. You better watch it, because you might have taken them for a mouse and really they're a lion. Or they might have always been a mouse. But again, they're shutting off that programming. A lot of people are doing that, and they're starting to reclaim themselves and reclaim their lives, and feeling better about starting a new chapter. And think about this when think about somebody who's excited to go on vacation, and then they're all like, yeah, I worked hard for this, I made it, I'm going, and then somebody comes out and says, no, you can't go on vacation, I need you here at work, you're not allowed to go on vacation, change your plans. How are they going to react? Raw, they're gonna like, no, they're gonna freak out. And I think that's just it. It's like someone is happy about, a lot of us are happy about having fresh starts, moving on, being healthier, treating ourselves better, and then somebody comes along and they're trying to create the drama, trying to create the conflict. Not gonna do well. I do want to pull one other card. I don't know why, but I feel like we need to. Pink tourmaline, forgiveness. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I felt that this needed to come out. This is the best way to love yourself through any kind of conflict, be it internal conflict or an actual conflict with somebody else. It's just to forgive them and to move on. Just move on. Don't hang on to it. Don't even try to hang on to the why. I know people are going to do that. We're creatures that want to know why. But even if you have to go through that process, forgiveness and releasing. Okay. And, again, I mentioned that I have that Michael course up, that would be a beneficial thing too, to help you understand how to cut those cords, to be rid of not just circumstances in your life or relationships or whatever, not just that, but whatever you have running in the background, so to speak, that keeps that stuff happening. Okay. It's a beautiful week, guys. Very freeing. It's like you're being let out of prison, in some sort of sense. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, have a beautiful week, and I am sending you so much love. Take care. It has been sparking my interest. Whatever the case may be, this is... What is that? Why is that happening? There's no rug outside my apartment door here. It's just concrete. You done? Sorry about that.